Would you like to make more money today? I think you probably would. Here's 3 steps in lawn care and mowing that if you follow these, you can make more money right now, or you can get headed in the right direction to make more money very soon. The first step, it seems so simple, and I see so many people, it just misses them because they've got this volume mindset, and that is to simply charge more. Look at your services. See how long it's taking you to produce them, and see what your guys are making per man hour being out there. Or if you're just starting, you're all alone, see what you're making per man hour. How much do you need to make? Look at all the things you pay for in business. Don't let customers tell you you're too expensive. Don't let them determine your price. It costs a certain amount of money to run a business. Find out what that is for you, and then evaluate it for where you want to be in the future, because you don't want to have your prices low right now and then know that they're all going to have to skyrocket in the future to foot the bill for your business as it grows. So whatever your minimum is, almost guarantee if you're starting out, raise it. There's plenty of other services. You can do landscaping to help boost up your new income. On this mowing, it is too expensive. It costs too much for a machine. I mean, even if you get standers, $7,500, $8,500 new, depending on how big it is, it could be $10,000 for just a stander. That's one mower, then $1,000 push mower, a few $200 to $300 weed eaters, a $10,000 to $40,000 truck. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Raise your prices, and that is the very first step to making more money. And I promise you, even if you have a small list, if you raise your prices now, if you lose 5%, the increase that you raised it overall will foot the bill for the loss. That's the first step. The second step is route to win. This is huge. This is huge in mowing. Mowing is a very low margin service. I mean, yes, you can charge more and be very selective like what we are talking about, but it's more of a low margin service. So you need to route that to win. And what I mean by this is once you start getting 20, 30, 100, 400, 500 lawns, it's a little hot out here today, but sweating some. Once you start getting a lot of lawns, and even before, you need to pay attention to where they're at. So if you pick up a brand new lawn and you're just trying to get going and it is just so far out of range and you probably are never going to mow lawns out there, you need to A, make the price high enough that it encompasses your driving out there and coming back. Don't just price it like a lawn that's in your normal list. Or B, don't even mow it at all. And then when you start compiling these, you need to look on a map. You need to find the most efficient way to go from lawn to lawn to lawn to lawn. You want minimum drive time and maximum mow time. Remember that, minimum drive time and maximum mow time. That is the second biggest thing. Route these to win. You don't want to be going all over town, go to this side, to this side, to this side. You guys, if you do that, you will lose before you have even started. So why lose? We're talking about we want to win here. So that is the third step. Evaluate. Evaluate everywhere you're mowing, where you want to mow, be specific, and as you build your crews and everything, strategize to get them on those mowers and drive as little as possible. Sounds simple, but it does take some forethought to make sure it continues to grow in the right direction. And this leads us up to what I feel is the big one. The big one for me, the big one that I've done the numbers on, that I've seen. This one really makes a big difference. And that is, crews can kill. Let me preface this a little bit. We are talking about residential lawn care. We don't do a whole lot of commercial, so this advice is not necessarily going to stand true in commercial. But for residential lawn care, crews can kill you. I've done the homework. I've watched the numbers over and over and over and time again. And at the tail end of this little comment, I'm going to give you advice on an even better thing you can do when lawns start getting dry. But so if a crew can kill you, what do I mean by that? When I look at numbers and I look at how long it takes for guys to mow a lawn and how profitable they are on mowing a lawn, when it goes from 2 guys to 3 guys, the numbers fall through the floor. It makes it almost impossible to make money on residential lawns unless maybe you just had a list of huge properties. As you build your company, you're going to have employees that are going to want to push for that third man because it makes it easier. And that's where the problem lies in itself. When there's 2 guys, they're pretty equally responsible. When there's 3 guys, somehow it turns into someone is always someone's allowed to lay back a little bit. So, and you just can't do it in the mowing. So going from 3-man crew and running the numbers on that and then dropping it down to 2, you can see a per man hour jump from making $30-something a man hour, and see that jump to almost $55, $60 a man hour on site. I've seen it. It blows your mind on how it even happens. So keep it to 2, unless you truly know that you can justify having those other people out there and they're not just spinning their wheels, and you don't have someone that's just kind of taking the time and slowing down, and it's just cutting into the profitability of the business. And that only affects the business and how much you can pay your guys. So the little tip I talked about, the thing that I was gonna say that we have done and I've suggested to other people, I don't know if they've listened to us, but depending on how your business is ran, I know some businesses, they charge half even if they have to skip. That's amazing if you can do that. We never have, and maybe it'll be something we do in the future. But if you haven't got there yet, you've got crews out there mowing and you have to start skipping lawns because of how dry it's becoming. You say you're in July and August and the lawns are just toast. The 2 guys then becomes a problem, because now you're footing the bill for 2 guys to be riding around and checking on lawns. We have seen our profitability go from 0 to hero by just taking that down to 1 guy. It seems simple. It seems like that can't make much difference, but just having that 1 guy out there checking on the lawns will take it from where you're making, like I said, I saw our per man hour drop down to $27 a man hour because we weren't cutting any lawns. They were driving. And then we put that back to 1 guy, and even though we weren't having a whole lot of income because we were skipping a bunch of lawns, it went right back up to mid-50s or $60 a man hour while they're out there cutting the lawn. So that is another huge thing that can help with that crew size, that can really help you benefit if the lawns dry out. And this all added together is gonna make you make more money right now. If you're running 3 guys, look at your numbers. You can drop it down to 2, and it's gonna make you more profitable. It's gonna make you make more money out on those jobs. And that's why I think dropping that and being able to drop down to 1, it's important to have landscaping and other things that are going on all the time. So if that does happen, it doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't make anybody lose their job. You can just pull them down and push them to the side and have them help on landscaping. So guys, these are the 3 tips. They've been huge for us. I learned them over looking at a lot of numbers over several years on how to do this. And now we're to the point where our lawn care crew, we've got 1 crew that's 2 guys, and we've got 1 crew that's one guy, and they mow anywhere from 130 to 140 lawns a week, and they kick butt. We check on their numbers, but anymore, I'm more of a landscape design and build. That's what I spend my time with, and the office manages the mowing guys, and those tips have made us kill it. They'll help you kill it too. Have a good one, guys. Hope this helped.